Imagine a quiet hall 1700 years ago, filled with determined voices. It's 325 AD, and bishops from across a vast empire gather in a small town called Nicaea. They're not just talking, they're making a promise. Easter, the day Jesus rose from the dead, will unite every Christian in celebration. One day, one shared moment of joy, shining across the world. For a time it works. Churches from Rome to Jerusalem light candles together, their voices rising as one. But promises can fade. Over centuries, that unity slips away. Catholics move one direction, Orthodox another, Protestants chart their own course. Easter, a day meant to bring people together, becomes divided by time and tradition. Now picture March 2025. In a hospital room in Rome, Pope Francis rests under the hum of medical machines. At 88, he's fragile, his breath shallow, his strength waning after a serious illness. Yet even now he holds on to a bold vision. One Easter for all Christians, 1700 years after Nicaea. What if I told you he's working against time to restore that ancient dream? This is more than a story. It's a journey unfolding before our eyes, and it's one you won't want to miss. Let's step back to the beginning. It's 325, and Christianity is growing fast, but it's disorganized. Emperor Constantine, who brought the faith to Rome's heart, calls a historic meeting in Nicaea. Bishops travel far, gathering to settle a pressing question. When should Easter be? After days of discussion, they agree. Easter Sunday will be the first Sunday after the full moon of spring. It's a simple plan, tied to the seasons and the resurrection. For years, it holds strong. Christians everywhere celebrate in harmony, their faith united. But harmony doesn't last. By 1054, a deep rift, the Great Schism, tears the church apart. Catholics in the West and Orthodox in the East grow distant, divided by beliefs and power. Centuries later, in 1582, Rome adopts the Gregorian calendar, shifting Easter earlier. The East stays with the older Julian calendar, falling 13 days behind. Then in 1517, Martin Luther sparks the Protestant Reformation, and new groups emerge, each choosing their own path. Easter becomes a puzzle. Catholics celebrate while Orthodox prepare, and Protestants follow their own timing. A day of shared hope turns into a symbol of separation. But something remarkable is near. In 2025, 1700 years after Nicaea, the calendars align on April 20th, and Pope Francis, resting in a hospital bed, sees a chance to heal this long divide. Could this be the moment everything changes? Now meet the man at the center of this story, Pope Francis. Since 2013, he's led with a unique spirit, choosing simplicity over grandeur, reaching out to the overlooked, and speaking boldly for peace. He's visited prisons to offer comfort, stood with the poor in every corner of the world, and called for a church that welcomes all. But today, in March 2025, he faces a different challenge. At 88, his health is fragile. Doctors tend to him in a Rome hospital, managing a serious illness that tests his strength. His breath comes with effort, a reminder of a lung lost in his youth, and his energy fades with each passing day. Yet his determination shines through. From his bedside, he dreams of something extraordinary. One Easter for every Christian, Catholics, Orthodox, and Protestants together. He's spoken of this for years, saying, Easter belongs to Christ, not to us. He's met with leaders of other traditions, shared his vision with the faithful, and worked tirelessly to bridge gaps. In 2024, he encouraged a group called Pasqua Together 2025, urging them to make this unity lasting. And 2025 offers a rare opening, a Jubilee year of hope, the 1700th anniversary of Nicaea, and a moment when calendars match. But time presses hard. With his health uncertain, every day is precious. Can he see this vision through, or will it slip beyond his reach? Take a moment to imagine April 20th, 2025. Church bells ring out across Rome's ancient streets. Voices lift in prayer from grand cathedrals in Moscow. Communities gather in small chapels from Texas to Tokyo. 2 billion Christians, Catholics, Orthodox, Protestants, all celebrating Easter on the same day. This is what Pope Francis envisions. It's not just about aligning dates, it's about renewing a promise. Picture the possibility. People pausing their daily lives to join in one celebration, families finding common ground, a divided faith showing the world the power of togetherness. Easter marks the triumph of life over death, and Francis believes it can mark the triumph of unity over division. He's linked this dream to the Jubilee, inviting pilgrims to Rome and calling for prayers across the globe. He's even suggested a gathering like Nicaea, a meeting to secure this shared day for years to come. But the path is steep. Orthodox leaders value their traditional calendar, seeing it as part of their heritage. Protestants, spread across countless groups, lack a single voice to agree. Even some Catholics wonder why change is needed. And Francis himself grows weaker. His doctors watch closely, knowing his condition could worsen at any moment. This vision is inspiring, but it's delicate. Can a leader in his final days bring Easter back to its roots, or is this a hope too vast to hold? It's March 2025, and a hospital in Rome stands at the heart of this story. Pope Francis rests there, surrounded by the soft beeps of machines and the quiet steps of caregivers. At 88, he's battling a serious illness. His breath labors, his body weakens, and each day tests his resilience. Yet his mind remains sharp, focused on April 20th, 2025, the first Easter in centuries when Catholics, Orthodox, and Protestants could celebrate together. He calls it a gift, a rare alignment after 1,700 years since Nicaea. He's poured his heart into this moment, tying it to the Jubilee year of hope, encouraging the faithful to embrace it, and dreaming of a lasting change. He's spoken of a new council, a chance to make this unity permanent. But the calendar isn't his only foe. His health is. Medical teams work around the clock, but the future is uncertain. Orthodox leaders stand firm, saying their traditions won't shift. Protestants offer mixed responses. Some are inspired, others indifferent. Within his own church, voices debate his plan's worth. Outside the hospital, people gather, holding candles, offering prayers, waiting for news. Every update carries weight. Will he recover, or will time run out? This is more than a celebration. It's a mission carried by a man whose strength hangs by a thread. Can he lead Easter to one day, or will history pass him by? Look at the bigger picture. In 325, Nicaea planted a seed of unity, one Easter to bind a young faith. That seed withered, lost to centuries of drift. Now in March 2025, Pope Francis tends it again. A fragile figure in a hospital bed, his hands trembling, but his purpose steady. If he succeeds, April 20th, 2025 becomes a turning point. Churches join in harmony, news spreads of a faith renewed, and billions witness a moment of shared hope. It could ripple outward, lifting spirits, mending divides, proving that even old wounds can heal. But if he falters, or if his time ends too soon, this dream could fade. His hospital room might mark the close of his efforts, leaving others to wonder what might have been. He knows this weight. That's why he presses on, through pain, through doubt, believing Easter's power deserves this fight. Orthodox leaders might yet listen, Protestants might unite, Catholics might rally, or they might not. This isn't a finished tale, it's a question, alive and urgent. You're watching a leader stake his legacy on 1,700 years of longing. Will it rise, or will it rest with him? Pause here. Imagine March stretches into April, and the hospital grows still. Pope Francis's fight ends, not with victory, but with silence. The world pauses. Bells ring low. Prayers fill the air. A leader is mourned. What happens to his Easter dream then? Does it vanish, buried with him? Picture the Vatican moving forward. New leaders chosen. Plans reshaped. Orthodox might hold their ground, content with their ways. Protestants might carry on as before, untouched. Catholics might honor his memory, but let the idea slip. Or maybe it's different. Maybe his passing ignites something, a spark he lit that others carry. Pilgrims still come, churches still try. April 20th becomes a quiet stand for unity. He's sown seeds, words shared, meetings held, a jubilee alive with hope. If he leaves, will they grow or fade? This isn't the end. It's a crossroads. His vision could live beyond him, shaped by those he inspired. What do you see at this turning point? In 325, Nicaea dared to dream. Today, in March 2025, Pope Francis dares again, his strength fading in a hospital room, his hope burning bright. April 20th nears, a day that could unite Easter, 1700 years later. He's given everything. His words, his prayers, his fragile days. This isn't a story from the past. It's happening now, and you're part of it. So what do you think? Can one man's vision bring a divided faith together? Will Easter 2025 mark a new beginning? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear every perspective. If this moved you, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. We're not just watching history, we're shaping it. Will Pope Francis bring Easter home, or will we carry it forward? The answer starts with you.